Hi, my name is Tulani Person, and I am in agreement with you that all is well with you in your mind, your will, and your emotions. I have a question for you, and that is, have you identified the desires of your heart? It's okay if you don't know it. It is just our responsibility to discover it and live it. Why? Because God placed it in our heart, it is hidden. And number two, He produces it from our heart, meaning He is the source to make sure you live the desires of your heart. Now, Psalms 37:4 says, "Delight thyself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." That word delight is taking pleasure and satisfaction. And I like to take it a step further, taking pleasure and satisfaction in your mind. Number one, in who God is. Taking delight in who He is, His divine nature, and having a relationship with Him. And number two, taking delight and pleasure in your mind of who He created you to be in His image and likeness where no one can duplicate your signature. And number three, taking pleasure and satisfaction in the gifts and talents and skills and abilities that He has given you to number one, profit, and number two, serve others. And then the fourth part is taking pleasure and satisfaction in the plans that He has for your life. The two things that I would like to identify, there are more, but the two major things that keep us from discovering and living the desires of our heart, your heart, is discouragement and sorrow. And sorrow is the uneasiness of the mind. And so when you're in sorrow and discouragement, it's really kind of hard and challenging to really take pleasure in those four areas. And so how do you truly do that? It's important to live from your heart. And how do you move past those barriers of discouragement and sorrow? In My Desires of the Heart workshop, I go over that and I would take people through that process of knowing how to move past those things that keep us from discovering and living the desires of our heart. But overall, when you live from your heart and help you move past the barriers of discouragement and sorrow, that's connected to knowing and taking pleasure and satisfaction in the knowledge of God, connected to His spiritual and natural laws. And so I encourage you to really think about, have you identified the desires of your heart? And what are you waiting on? And I challenge you to continue to own your truth and live your vision. Blessings.